Hello, and welcome to another message on the expansion of self and um, the the expansion of the being that now we get to interpret and we get to have as the world forward into this new multidimensionality or the new version of us. And so the nuance that I wanted to discuss in this particular message is the part of self that we will be discovering as we proceed forth into the shift of our larger scope of interpretation, right? So if you listen to my previous messages, the as our consciousness has expanded and is continuing to expand, and we're starting to interpret our being from multitude of angles and knowings. Our extrasensory input, is starting to expand and come on board. You will notice that the definition of you, the new structure of you, will become more fluid. It will become more morphic in the sense that you will be able to control or more accurately guide your process of ascension and thus your process of interpretation of this being, of this body, of this form in a very nuanced and specific way. And so, when in the past we were always at the subject of the densified interpretation where we were likely to fall ill, right? Or be at the mercy of global consciousness or um, you know or communal consciousness, or we would go through mood swings, right, of ups and downs. We would go through all the things that in the past we considered as normal human experience. As those things will start to fall away because your conscious choice of self will become very apparent, you will recognize that the space that has occupied your being in the densified matter, of you attempting to control or to subside certain things in order to allow your form to function, as they fall apart, your energetic being will actually open up to fuller and more comprehensive energy of your natural state of being. And so, I'm not saying that we will dissolve in light and not continue to exist here, but what I'm saying is you will notice this energy, this uplifted energy, right? That you have always had as your full potential, but that is now the energy of your form, that now the energy that is something that you can interpret and be with, will allow you to play with this on a new awakened level, on a new nuanced level, to where you will be able to again morph your surrounding, morph your form, morph your interpretation of reality and thus reality thereof, because interpretation is reality, into a state of desire, right? um Again, state of desire that aligned with the consciousness that is your higher self, that is the energetic interpretation of your being in this plane. And what's interesting and what I find exciting about this is our interpretation of self, of the consciousness of the ever expanding consciousness of being, is so individualized and is so married to the personalized interpretation of I, of our form, our, the version of reincarnated self that we're choosing to have here, that no one experience or no one interpretation of that meaning, this explanation, can be the same. And so one person's interpretation of their facilitation into the divine rate of I, would would be very unique and beautiful. Um, and I will emphasize, so utterly unique and so utterly beautiful, because it will reflect the most individualized and most intimately interpreted version of self, that is this form, that is this body, that is this facilitation, choosing to have an experience of the divine, and now on the most intimate level, as the facilitation in this form and space. Now, I will say this form and space in the very vague terms, but the form and space um, will actually be malleable, right? And then thus the potential of morph, or potential of change, or potential of desire to experience form will be extremely malleable. But then what's interesting is extremely individualized to your own individual perception of I. And so I would, the thought that comes to mind in my three-dimensional form is, imagine the importance of you, of each one of you, each one of I, as an individual, facilitating such an amazing and beautiful nuance to what it means to interpret divine, based on our personal set of circumstance, and based on our personal set of beliefs and forms and matters and interpretations and experiences that we then draw from, right? Expand out from their densified being, dislocate the way that would, in the past would have held them there, then detach, now be in this gl- globalized is not large enough form of interpretation, and then be able to draw our set of choices, or a set of interpretation, to morph and to be and to create our reality into our own will. And so, you know, beauty, the amount of beauty that comes through and that I feel in that potential is vaster than vast again. And that this is the choice that we're given, right? This is the choice, this is the beauty of the life that we are given, is to be able to have this as an opportunity. Um and then the nuance that we get to interpret of life is so beautiful, and is so detailed, and is so finite, and it's so perfect to the idea of I, right? You, I. And then thus, we get to see that, and then we get to feel that, and we still get to, through our senses, and through our um, you know, through our will, um, we get to interpret that on the most intimate and most nuanced level. And then we get to call that our truth. And then, and that's a gift, an amazing gift that we have for ourselves to have in this life. Um, and then to think that, there's 8 billion of us interpreting this from 8 billion standpoints of self, um, it is incomprehensible gift. It is an incomprehensible gift to hold and to have. And so I hope you get to feel the potentiality of that, of the beauty that you can hold in this interpretation, in this realization, or in this, actually not anymore realization, in this actualized experience, um, that you're now interpreting as, you know a manifester, as a creator of a field, as a creator of life, as a creator of a feeling and emotion and energy form, as a creator of beauty. And then the potential that you have at your fingertips to do that is most beautiful. And so I cherish you for holding this gift, um, and I hope you cherish yourself for the fact that you are able to to have such gift to play with on a daily basis, and how beautiful that within itself must feel. Um, and then, to wake up each day to that understanding, to understanding of what is your potential in this moment. What is this incredible facilitation of I can do in this form now? Um, it's exciting, right? It's ultimate excitement, at least for me. And so, cherish the gift that you have, and then utilize it, right? Don't suppress it, don't bury it. Just allow it to be your truth, and beauty shall shine. So, thank you.